What's up, Tehran? How you doing, man? You're watching the fights tonight, right? What's up, Dev? How you doing, man? Appreciate you hopping in. I'm good, man. Doing good. How you doing? You're watching? Yeah, dude. I'm that Almeida versus Kapilov fight has really got my interest. I'm excited about that fight. So, yeah, prelims aren't bad. Prelims aren't bad at all. We'll see again, though. It's New Jersey. I feel like the crowd's going to be wild in Jersey. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like, whenever, especially on the prelims, whenever we get like a crowd that's there early and the arena's kind of popping, it makes it a lot more interesting to watch, especially for, like the prelims. I don't know. I like a good crowd energy. I wish there was an option too, to where you didn't have to hear commentary at all. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I feel like that would be fun. Watch some fights with just crowd noise and like the sound, like at the apex almost, where you could hear like you could hear the punches and the kicks and everything. I think that'd be fun. You hope Almeida shows us something new this time. I hope he's sharpening more skills to his game. Hopefully he uses his striking. Yeah, I agree, man. I think that Almeida, he's a good athlete. There's no doubt about it. He's got good grappling. For me, it's the issue of he can take people down, but he just like lays on people. It's like, well, this is a fight. Let's look to inflict some sort of damage. If he would do that, I mean, that would be a hell of a lot better, right? I mean, if he could start landing some elbows, some, ground and pound, something, but yeah, I think he's able to get it done tonight too. What's up, Entertain 45? How you doing, man? The only UFC I've attended was in New Jersey. Very fun venue. Yeah, I feel like every time, just New Jersey's just got that kind of energy, man. Like a New York, Madison Square Garden type of deal. What's up, Matt? How you doing? You would not use that for a live event on Rewatch. I would use that for feature. It's more fun with commentary for the live. Yeah, it's true. That's true. Me personally, I just like the sound noise. But yeah, the commentary is nice. At times, sometimes they're a little biased and they're not calling the fight the way that it should be called at times. They're, Rogan's get some of these guys on his podcast and he's a little biased towards them when, when the fights, throughout the fight. I don't know. That's just my thought. You were watching Mike Chiesa last night versus Holland. I think Ferguson might have a chance here. I don't know, man. It's hard to, I'd love to see Tony win. Like I would absolutely love to see Tony win, but just from what we've seen over the past, I mean, what has it been? It's been 7 L's in a row. Now, granted, I said before too, I know we were talking about this, I think yesterday or whenever I went live last, that Tony's fought some good fighters. He hasn't fought anybody that's been like a bum or anything. Like he's fought good fighters. So I mean, I'd love to see him get it done. We'll see though. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that fight because Holland is definitely, further along and a better fighter at his point in the career right now compared to Tony. So what's up, Anakin? How you doing, man? So just my thought on that. But I think Kevin Holland's a good fighter. I just think that he's like a prisoner of the moment to where he just wants to be entertaining. I did, man. I appreciate it. I got a little, yeah. Appreciate it, man. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I'd love to see Tony win, but it's hard for me to trust him. Hard for me to trust him. But we'll see. But what do you guys think about Strickland Costa? You can't wait for Almeida versus Kopylov. Dude, that's like one of my favorite. That's my favorite. Probably my favorite style matchup on the entire card. Almeida Kopylov, because I always like when we get a guy that's been in MMA for a while, like Kopylov, who has good MMA striking. And then you get a guy who's been just high level and glory for a long time, top tier kickboxer who comes over and fights a top tier like MMA type of striker. I like the way that that lines up. I'm always curious to see how that plays out. I mean, I picked Almeida in that fight, so we'll see. I like watching both guys fight. The UFC did a good job putting them together. Isn't it crazy that Almeida has a trilogy with Poatan? Yeah, I don't remember the record on those. Let me see. But yeah, I remember watching him, and he's got good low kicks. He was giving Alex a lot of problems with the leg kicks. Back in glory. The Strickland fight seems like of the DDP fight, I think Sean gets it done with some adjustments from the last performance. I agree with you, man. It's crazy because I don't want to see either guy lose, right? I think that Strickland's entertaining. He's fun. But I really like Costa, man. I've liked him ever since he came into the UFC. I really like I like his style. I like his personality. I like everything about Costa, and we're getting him active for the first time in a while. So, but I'm going back here. Let's see. He lost to Pereira by unanimous decision, which was a 5-rounder back in 2015. Then he beat him in 2013 by decision, and then he lost by decision. So he was in there with Pereira 3 times and never got finished or anything. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty wild. Strickland Costa is going to be boring. I don't think it's going to be boring, man. I don't think it's going to be boring. I think it's going to be a good. I think it's going to be a kickboxing fight, and I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be fun because I think Costa's either able to get him out of there within the first, I'd say 2 rounds, which I don't necessarily see it happening, or the fight kind of plays out and it's like, can Costa be durable for 5 rounds? I mean, I know we saw him. Everyone keeps talking about, Costa in these 5-round fights. I think it was. I don't remember who I was listening to the other day talking about it. And I'm like, dude, Paulo Costa has only went 5 rounds 1 time. And that was against Marvin Vettori. And that was like with a weight cut miss and all sorts of different stuff. And also Uriah Hall. I know Strickland melted Uriah Hall, and then Costa was able to finish Hall. Like, I get it, but Uriah Hall's jab was lighting Costa up, dude. So if Strickland's going to land it, the only thing is, I just don't see how Strickland's skill set troubles Costa, and I don't see how Costa's skill set troubles Strickland, if that makes sense, other than Costa being explosive and fast and having some dangerous kicks. If you guys could like the stream, though, I would appreciate it, man. Yeah, I hope you're wrong, too, Jay-Z. I think it's going to be a good fight, man. No way Strickland gets robbed again like the Cannonier fight. If so, these judges are blind and aren't looking at punches landed, just who throws bigger. Man, that's what's up, Tarzan Strickland, by the way. That's kind of what I was saying before, man. Like, I think that Sean Strickland, if he fought in kickboxing, Muay Thai, or something like that, he wouldn't win a lot of fights by decision because he doesn't use enough tools, right? It's not his fault. That's what he's good at, and I don't think he should be punished for that. But I think these judges see, Cannonier was moving forward. He was throwing some elbows. He was throwing some kicks. He, clinched up. He threw a body kick, he threw a head kick, and they see a variety and they're like, oh, he must be winning. And to where Strickland is basically throwing a front kick and a jab. And then it's kind of like they're not, which is not right, in my opinion. I think Strickland, shouldn't be. I thought he beat DDP. I picked DDP to win the fight, and I thought Strickland won. The Cannonier one was close. I thought Strickland won, but it was close. That one, I think, was, he's been in some close fights. He's got to find a way to separate himself if it's going to go 5 rounds to a decision. He's got to find a way to separate himself, in my opinion. Do I think Nico Price can win? So I actually know somebody who trains at his gym. So he was a little upset with me for picking Morono, but I think he was upset with me, at least. I don't think Nico Price can win. I think he's too slow. I think he's older. I think Morono is going to be much faster. Morono moves well. He just doesn't stand in front of you, which is where Nico Price has a lot of success. I just think Nico is just so lethargic now in his movement. And I think that he's really, that age and that time and the miles have really started to kind of show on Nico, unfortunately, because I like Nico Price. I don't dislike him or anything, but I just think Morono is better at this point in their careers. What's up, Rocco Taco? How you doing, man? Costa's going to eat a million jabs. Yeah, probably. He doesn't move his head very well. His reflexes are very slow now. Ferguson seems almost timid on the feet. 100%. Price is the most unpredictable fighter. Yeah, he's built weird too. He's got some long ass arms. He's built kind of funky. I agree. An old Rockhold gave Costa some problems. You think Strickland and Costa is going to be boring? No way is it boring, man. You got Strickland by decision. Yeah, but an old Rockhold gave Costa some issues. And I know, and that's what I'm saying. But then he goes out there against Romero, has a crazy fight, goes out there against Uriah Hall back when Hall was still kind of, pretty good. Crazy fight, goes out there against Robert Whittaker, looks pretty good. So I'm like, I don't know, man. Costa better be careful blasting those leg kicks, though, because Strickland will check the hell out of those, especially if Strickland's moving forward. If Costa can prevent Strickland from dictating the pace, he has a good chance of winning. If he's moving backwards and letting Strickland just walk him down, Costa's just going to get pieced up. You think Costa might employ some grappling in this fight? He might. The problem is he's going to he gets tired if he does. So I don't know. We'll see, though. You have Strickland by decision. That's how I'm seeing it, too. Man, we got 2 great cards today and next week with Jared versus Imavov. Dude, I know. And at first I was like, Cannonier, Imavov. And then I watched, some highlights and watch back that Robert Whittaker versus Jared Cannonier fight. I'm not saying Imavov is Whittaker, but guys that move are very nimble on the feet tend to give Cannonier a lot of problems. Now, a lot of hesitation because we've seen what Jared is about. We've kind of seen some glimpses with Imavov, and I've been impressed at times, and at other times I'm like, okay, you should have been able to get Roman Dolidze out of there. Like, you should have been able to finish that fight. So I'm kind of like, I don't know, but that fast movement-based striking tends to give Cannonier issues. So I don't know, man. You're picking Morono by KO. I think he's able to, I think TKO. I think he's able to get him out of there. I think Morono's 33. He's a little younger than Price. Yeah, in my opinion, Price is kind of wearing that age these days in terms of his movement and stuff. Dustin about to get subbed in the first round. Maybe. And I had a little bit of I don't want to say a wrong outlook on Poirier, but I was like, you gotta, work him into the later rounds. And then I thought about it and I'm like, actually the best time to capitalize on Dustin is early, probably because he has that boxer's approach. And we saw Saint-Denis have a lot of success in the first round. So, you don't want him to find a rhythm. You don't want Poirier to be feeling good, rubbing the hair, adjusting the shorts. You know what I mean? Like that's when he's in a groove. So don't let him get into that groove. And I think that's going to be the game plan of Islam. So I'm rooting for Dustin, but I don't think he gets it done, unfortunately. Hasn't Price been through some wars in his career? Yeah, he's been in some wild fights, man. He's going to close fight. I mean, him and Cerrone are going to a draw. We saw what Morono did to Cerrone. There's just, I don't know. And then Phil Rowe, I think it was, that pieced up Nico Price. And then Robbie Lawler, put a beating on him, which I don't think anyone was stopping Robbie Lawler that night, to be fair. His final fight, Who do you guys have in Mikal and Holland? I personally have Mikal by decision. Holland tends to showboat and lose. I think Holland's going to be I think he's going to be fun, but I think he's going to be on business in this fight, dude. I think Holland wins. I think Holland finishes him. I think he hurts him on the feet and then maybe subs him, or is able to just get a TKO stoppage. Yeah, happy early birthday, Tehran. What's up, dude, Bronx? We got Oliveira in here. If Dusty can stuff the takedowns of Islam, he can win because he's better on the feet. I think so, and I think that Poirier definitely has the better boxing. I don't know though. I mean, I think he's the better striker, but when you're guessing on takedowns and you become reactive and your brain is not switched on completely, because you're worrying about the threat of the takedown. Sometimes we've seen guys that don't have as good as striking be able to catch dudes. So I don't know, man. It's going to be a crazy. I think it's going to be wild because I think Dustin's not, he's going down swinging, dude. I think Poirier, I think he's going to be a little wild. I think he's going to be a little wild, maybe a little emotional. That could play to his advantage, or it's going to open him up to be countered because when he lands a good shot, he tends to get a little crazy at times, and that can be an opportunity for Makhachev. But I think Poirier, he's not going to extend the combinations. He's going to throw things in like 1, 2s, and 3s. So that way Makhachev can't duck underneath. But I don't know, man. I definitely think if he touches Islam's going to be in some trouble because Poirier hits way harder than Volk. So I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see, though. You got Holland by decision. I don't know if Dustin wins either, but for some reason I think he's what did that say? For some reason I think he's going to drop Islam in either the first or second. That'd be crazy, dude, to even drop him. That'd be wild. You don't see Dustin winning. We've already seen him lose in top moments in title fights. Yeah, that's kind of a good point. I mean, as much as I like Dustin, it's been kind of, with the title fights, it's always just been, I don't know. He's had good moments in those title fights, though, for the most part. He's been able to hurt all those guys pretty much, right? He hurt Gaethje in the BMF fight towards the end of the round, good left hand. Hurt Oliveira, kind of buzzed Khabib, right, with that step-through combination. Yeah. So, I mean, we'll see. If you guys could like the stream, I would appreciate it too. Crazy to think this may be Dustin's last fight. I know, dude. It's sad, to be honest with you. It's sad. I love watching him fight. Islam should get a sub in the first round. He might make it look easy, unfortunately. I hope not. I'm rooting for Dustin, man, but Islam is, I think he's that good, man, unfortunately for Poirier, What's up, Sven? You never get my live notifications, man. You got to turn on the notification bell, maybe. I don't know. That's wild, though. They're holding me back, man. YouTube, nah. You feel like Poirier will catch Islam with an uppercut? He was catching BSD with him. Yeah, it could be that good little uppercut. And then he's got a good check right hook. But we got to be honest, guys. Benoit Saint-Denis has awful boxing defense. Awful. Some of the worst. I'll say inside the rankings of the UFC. I won't say the whole UFC, but in terms of ranked fighters, he has some of the worst boxing defense out there. A lot of holes and gaps. That's what I said. That's why I was like, Poirier is going to knock him out. I picked Poirier to knock out Saint-Denis, and I was so confident. And everyone's like, oh, you're an idiot. You're stupid, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, have you not seen when Saint-Denis closes people down up against the fence? He's reckless. And Islam doesn't take those kind of risks, which is the problem, which is why I'm like, I think Islam beats him. He's not going to leave all those openings, Remember that talk we had about Justin Gaethje's back training again, looking to make a return soon. Maybe he gets on that September card. Yeah, I know what you mean, Tehran. Yeah, maybe for the Sphere. That's true. He's jumping Gilly right away. I hope not, man. Yeah, happy B-Day, Tehran. Who does Justin fight next? I don't know, man. That's a good question. I don't know. Because he's kind of fought pretty much everybody, right? Maybe I hope they don't give him Gamrot, but he already fought Fiziev. Maybe Gaethje Hooker. That'd be fun. It'd be a good fight. Yeah, the Mexican Independence Day. Isn't that what that is? When the Sphere is? That'd be cool. I think that'd be cool. What's up, QYI? Catching BSD, worst striking defense in the UFC. Moises was clipping him in the pocket. Islam has the shirt. Dude, that's exactly what I was saying, man. Agreed, 100%. Why does Dustin's shorts look like Holloway's? Because they're floral, just a little different. Islam is not even close to BSD. Islam is way better. What's up, Klaus? Glad you could hop on the stream, man. You checked out the Battle of Tampa Bay. My girlfriend ended up filling in for the ring girl. Well, that's funny, man. Yeah, there were some people I know that, coaches and stuff that were at that event. I don't know if you saw Eric Marshall fought. Him and his son did like an exhibition. I know Eric. Eric's fun. He's a good dude. And then Josh Escher, him and I think his like little kid did like a exhibition too. If Dustin wins, will he be the pound for pound best? No. I think he'll be top 5 though. BSD is not even an elite fighter. People forget he's still in the bottom of the rankings. Yeah, I mean, he's a good fighter. Like everyone keeps talking about how he's a fraud. I don't think he's a fraud. He just fought a veteran. I think they should do Saint-Denis versus Dariush in France, which they're probably going to do, or in Paris. I wouldn't mind Justin Gaethje versus Hooker next. That's what I think, man. I think that'd be a good fight. You're wearing your Rocco Taco's wearing his Lucky Money Moicano shirt, hoping in some microscopic way it helps Dustin win. That dude, I hope he wins, man. Moises was clipping up BSD bad against the offense. Exactly. Everyone BSD has pretty much fought, other than that head kick on Frivola. He was getting touched up. Yeah, Hooker's fighting in Oh, that's true. That's true. Justin versus BSD. I don't think they're going to give BSD a big name like that again. Jalen Turner versus Justin, that'd be fun. But Turner's coming off an L and he's kind of far back in the rankings, so I don't know. I don't know that logic says Islam, but I just feel like it had this feeling with Strickland versus Izzy too, bro. Dustin will dominate Islam. MMA math doesn't make sense. That's true. That's true. I hope you're right, but I don't know. Justin versus Beneil, Justin versus Hooker or Moicano maybe. Well, I think Moicano is probably going to get. Maybe they do Moicano versus Saint-Denis or something. I don't know. I don't think they do Justin versus Beneil because I think they're like friendly and stuff. BSD said he's fighting in UFC Paris. I hope they give him Beneil and not someone tough. Yeah, I think Beneil's a good fight for him. Justin has Mexican descent in him, so that September card would suit him perfectly. I think so too, man. Hooker versus Gamrot might be likely. I can see that. That's a rough fight, I think, for Hooker, man. Gamrot versus Justin. Yeah, I feel like they should give Justin a striker, though. So he's just that. Well, I mean, Gamrot's more of a wrestler, though, so I don't know. What's up, Joshua? How you doing, man? You think Justin versus BSD or Justin versus Moicano could be a banger? That could be. You think Justin versus oh no, I read that. Okay, Eric Marshall fought his son and some other dude fought his son. Yeah, that's Josh fought his son Caden. Well, exhibition. And then Caitlin, she ended up stepping in and taking a fight, I think, too. One of the women fights. Kicking It Karate, I think that's the gym name. A heavy hitter like Gaethje would put BSD down. Yeah, I think so. I think so too. BSD is good, just way too open against a deadly boxer. 100%. His boxing deficiency is too great to go in there against guys that actually have pretty tight boxing. 56 days until Bilal is champ. We'll see, man. We'll see. BSD also had Staff versus Dustin. If you look at his other fights with Moises and any other opponents, never had the issue. Yeah, he gassed out. No doubt about that. You're wearing your Dustin shirt. What shirt you got? The paid in full one? Who's Hooker fighting next? I don't know, man. Somebody in Perth, though. Maybe Gamrot or something. BSD versus Hooker could be a war. I think that'd be a crazy fight. I don't know. I feel like maybe BSD would just take him down, though. You think Justin would KO Turner? I would hope so. I would be hoping for that, for Justin to get some get back after getting after that fight with Holloway. Moicano said he's not fighting in Perth. Okay. Yeah, I mean, maybe they throw him I don't know, later in the year. I don't know what they do with him then. I'm not sure. Man, if Dustin goes out there and puts on a masterclass, would be crazy. Yeah, it'd be one of the craziest title fight upsets ever, for sure. BSD versus Justin. I don't think they're going to give Saint-Denis another big name inside the top like 10, probably, right? Top 5. I think Gaethje's still in the top 5. I don't think they're going to give him that kind of fight. The fight I would like would be Justin versus Fiziev too, though Fiziev might still be hurt. Yeah, I don't think Justin's not going to take that fight because why would he? You know what I mean? He fought him before, gave him that opportunity. I think Oliveira versus Fiziev is a good fight. Two Muay Thai style guys. I think that's a good fight. The Jocelyn Edwards fight is low key a grudge match today. I know you pointed that out, man. That's a good eye because I forgot about that little. They had that beef at the Apex, right? All that stuff going on. Yeah, that's a good fight. BSD would have lost regardless with or without staph infection. That's how I feel too, man. I feel like Dustin could win this fight, and I'm not confident in my Islam pick. Then I rewatched the Benoit fight, and I think no way Dustin can win. That's how I feel, man. That's how I feel. But sometimes all it takes is one crazy night, you know. You have the Dustin versus Connor shirt. Dope. Do I think Turner would dominate Justin in the stand-up? No, I don't. I think in the first round, he would give Justin some problems, but as the fight plays out, I think Justin would be able to get to him. BSD versus Fiziev. That's a good fight. I like that one. That's a good fight. Dev, you're waiting on the Piotr Jan comeback. To be honest, dude, I love watching Piotr Jan fight. One of my favorite guys to watch. One of my dream fights would be Justin versus Ludovic Klein. Maybe, dude. Maybe they give him somebody like that. I don't know, though. I don't know. Yeah, if Klein beats Moises, we could see him in the rankings. I think he beats Moises, too. Jan needs some wins. I know it's crazy, man. What's up, Brian? How you doing? Yeah, who does Jan fight next? I know that he has an injury, so I don't know if will be back this year, maybe in the fall or something. I don't know, but I want to see him get another win for sure. Strickland will destroy Costa and will put more pressure now than he did against DDP because he got robbed. Mark my words, Sean will get the title back. Dude, Sean Strickland, especially in the first round, physically, timing-wise, against DDP was some of the best of Sean Strickland we've ever seen. His style is so strange, but yet very, 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 very effective. If Paulo Costa, I'm telling you this right now, so when you're watching the fight, if Paulo Costa is moving backwards and Strickland is just walking forward like he does, Costa will not win the fight. But if Costa is finding a way to keep Sean Strickland on the back foot consistently, Costa has a very good shot at winning. But if Strickland is moving downhill, not only is he offensively really good, defensively he's a problem because he checks kicks better than probably anybody at this point, in my opinion. But I see we got quite a bit of people in here, man. I appreciate it. If you guys could like the stream, let's get it over 10. And then if you're new, sub to the channel, help your boy out. I would appreciate it. If Patty beats Green, they'll most likely rank him too. 100% he'll be ranked. That's why they're giving him that fight with Bobby Green, because Bobby Green, even though I think Bobby Green might be able to beat him, he's that 50-50 style of fighter to where he's open to being caught. So I think if Patty wins, you know, he's going to get a ranking. So that's the design of that fight for sure, to get Patty Pimblett into the rankings. Who does Gamrot fight next? Probably Oliveira or Gaethje or Hooker. One of those three. Almeida has a brother fighting on today's card. Hopefully he isn't boring. Are you talking about Caesar? He's not boring, man. Good striking. Jan versus Aldo, the rematch. That'd be crazy. You're tired of watching Gamrot fight? Yeah, he's boring, no doubt. I'm with you. Piotr Jan versus Figgy or Cheeto. Okay, yeah, I like that. So the winner of Cheeto versus Figgy, which that'll be August 3rd, could then take on Jan before year's end or early next year. I don't know when Jan can come back, but I like that. Jan Henry Cejudo, I like that one. I think Cejudo will dodge that like the plague, though. Dustin shooting commercials instead of training, money greater than the belt. What's up the wild side? I don't know, man. He's still training, though. Don't forget Sean's main reason he beats these guys is cardio is S tier. That's true. That's true. He does have great cardio. Who wins, Aldo or O'Malley? O'Malley. I think we see the version of Costa tonight that will become champ. Dude, that'd be crazy, man. I like Paulo Costa, man. I like Strickland, but I've always liked Costa. I was a fan of Costa before, you know, I really kind of took a liking to watching Strickland fight. I mean, when he came in, I think his first fight was Albert McClellan or something like that. Some dude, he was a southpaw in some green shorts, and Costa beat the brakes off that dude. Then he fought Johnny Hendricks at middleweight, which that fight should have never been booked. Dude, Paulo Costa looked like a heavyweight, and Johnny Hendricks looked like a lightweight in there. I mean, they look like that was crazy, the size difference, and he destroyed Johnny Hendricks. I mean, and then we just saw him just go on a run. And then he ran into Izzy, and it's just like, but he seemed to kind of found a little bit of he looked good against Whitaker, man, but I don't know. Aldo's still looking like he's in his prime. Dude, he's fast, dude. I love watching Aldo fight, man. If Patty ends up ranked, I could see Justin wanting to fight him. Hey, I like that. I like that, actually. That'd be a good fight. Almeida's brother is a middleweight. Cesar Almeida, they're not related, man. And if they were, I wish the striking would have rubbed off on Jailton Almeida. Jailton Almeida is the best boxer in the UFC, by the way. Kidding. We have 2 Almeidas in today's card. Yeah, I know. Things got personal between Dustin and Islam at the press conference face-offs. Yeah, that's just because he said motherfucker, and then he thought like the gets lost in translation to where it sounds like, like I'm disrespecting your mom, but it's not like that. So Alex Pereira has the possibility to become the GOAT without a doubt if he gets the heavyweight title. I can see him beating either Tom or fake Duck Jones. I could see Pereira beating Aspinall. As crazy as that sounds, but I think he could. I like Aspinall, man. I think he's a good fighter, but I've said it before. Like, I still think John's ducking him, but I still think John could possibly beat him. I think that Aspinall is a little overrated. I think he's a good fighter, but I think he's definitely overrated right now. I think he's a good fighter, but like I said, I think he's a little overrated. They look alike. Dustin apologized. Yeah, because he didn't want to be disrespectful. I don't know. I saw that too, though. Josh Frem versus Andre Petrosky just got announced for Denver. That's a good fight. When's the Denver card? When is that? July 13? Okay. Sweet. Some great fights this summer, dude, especially in June, man. I forgot that Hamzat versus Whitaker is this month. That card's crazy. So, and shout out to Abu Dhabi and Saudi Arabia and, Turkey Al's Jake, your excellency over there who's putting all these boxing matches together and making shit happen. Did you see they got Fury versus Usyk rematch already rebooked for December? So, and he's like, look, Dana, if you're bringing the UFC here, you're bringing fire fight night cards. You're bringing basically pay-per-view worthy cards with, and I love it, dude. They're forcing the UFC to like not, rob us of stuff. And those are fight nights. You know what I mean? They're not even pay-per-views, which is crazy. Who wins, Zhang or Wilder? Wouldn't surprise me if Zhang upsets him, but I'm going Wilder. And if Wilder can't beat Zhang, I think it's over for him, man. Malott is also on that card. Dude, you talk about a huge loss was his last fight against Neil Magny. I mean, he had in his home country, main card spotlight, the old, just slow Neil Magny standing in front of him who he was picking apart and then gassed out and lost to Neil. Like, no disrespect to Neil, but Neil is like far past being a contender at this point. And for Malott to lose that fight, that was detrimental, man, in my opinion. Crazy went from Magny to Gilbert Urbina. I know, and Gilbert Urbina might beat him. Gilbert Urbina's in there sparring with Paulo Costa. I like Urbina. I think he's a good fighter. I think he's had obviously some ups and downs, but I liked him on tough. I think he's a good fighter. And he might win. I don't know. I don't trust Mike Malott, especially after that fight against Neil Magny. We're gonna need to see something in his next fight before I'm like, oh yeah, Mike Malott, because I was high on Malott, and then he goes out there and that happens, and I'm like, I was afraid something like that was going to happen because everyone's like, oh, home country, hometown, big moment, biggest fight of his career. I'm like, sometimes that's the worst thing to do it in front of your home fans because the pressure, you're a little distracted, your adrenaline's a little higher because you're like, oh, I see my friends, or it's just, sometimes throws you off, in my opinion. Like if you're playing a football game and you're in front of like the home crowd, you sometimes are a little different. You act a little different, because you're like, it's our fans, my friends, my people. And then you go out there and you maybe you're throwing too hard, you gas out, whatever, and I think that's what happened to him a lot, I think he underestimated Magny. You want to see Wilder start smoking people again? So do I, man. That right hand is crazy, Get rid of the damn apex. Yeah, hopefully by next year we're done with the apex. Union African, how you doing? Who will win, Islam or Dustin? I got Makhachev, but I'm rooting for Dustin though. Jake, hear me out. So this is how the match will go between Islam and Dustin. Dustin starts to hit Islam more and more with the jabs. Islam is panicking, diving for his legs, and then uppercutted. That would be crazy. What's up, Fight Milk? How you doing? From UFC fighters, pick a superhero and villain. What do you mean? Like pick one of the fighters like as a superhero and one as a villain? What time does the early prelims start? 6:30 Eastern time. To make a movie? I don't know. A villain, Pineda. Even though Pineda's a nice guy, he has a villain. I don't know. He couldn't have a main part though, because the English part. But Connor could play a bad guy, play a good bad guy. I don't know. Drew Dober as a superhero. Drew Dober, give that guy some love, man. He's funny. Seems like a nice guy. What's up, Brick Laser? Anakin and Fight Milk are all over YouTube, man. I know, man. I see him in other people's live streams. Tony Ferguson as a villain. I could see that. Am I going to stay live streaming from now to the end of the card? No. Yo, appreciate you, Chad, for the super chat, man. Thank you. Just a chance to say I did. I'm gonna knock Islam Makhachev out and become the world champion. Never wanted someone to win more. Let's go, DP. Shine bright like a diamond. Dude, that is crazy. That is going to be one of the most iconic walkouts of all time, too, by the way. But I appreciate you, man, for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Tony Ferguson would be a good villain in a horror movie. That's a good take, dude. That's a W take. But yeah, I normally don't. Maybe I'll get into some fight companions at some point, but I'm a nerd, dude. I love to just watch the fights and not be like bothered. I don't even like to watch fights in public. One of the gyms I go to, they're all going up to Dave and Buster's to all watch the fights. You won't catch me, man. I don't like people talking and I'm like eating food, pigging out on food, drinking something, and watching the fights, dude. Watching the whole. So when I come on and do my post-fight recap, I'm trying to give you like the inside, I'm like watching. I'm not just watching the fights. I'm watching like, oh, did you see Strickland's hand dip? Oh, is Costa going to catch him with something? Like, I'm weird, dude. You know what I mean? Imagine a movie where the hero enters a dark room and just hears Tony Ferguson playing the piano wearing sunglasses and then trips over a cord and tears his ACL. That got dark. That was messed up. But does anybody know how many hours until the Paulo Costa versus Strickland starts? I have to go to sleep and set an alarm. That's funny. You're looking at probably like somewhere between 11 and 11:30, maybe close to main event will probably be around like midnight, 12:30. You're probably looking at sometime after 11, no doubt about that. You've got Strickland by finish in the last 3 rounds. Let's hope Costa gasses. Yeah, I think that early finish, I'd favor Costa. Later, decision or later finish, Strickland for sure. Dustin got no chance, unfortunately. That's how it feels. But sometimes when we write people off so crazy, it's like, no way they win. And then, I know I still got Islam, but Fight Milk's always lurking, man. I know. If they make a new Candyman movie, John Jones would be the perfect villain. But yeah, Chad, with your quote there from DP, let's go DP, one last run, man. I'm with you. I hope DP can get it done, man. I really do. And thanks for the super chat again, man. I really appreciate that. And shout out to Chad, man. He's been a fan of the channel for a while. He's been popping in all the live streams. Appreciate it, man. I've commented to Izzy to ask him to go to Dagestan to improve his wrestling. What do you think about that? I don't know, man. Who's he got in his Craig Jones or somebody helping him out? But yeah, that would be crazy if he did. You're probably going to cry during that walkout. I know that might be the most emotional UFC walkout of all time. Maybe. I don't know. Dustin winning is the worst thing that could happen to MMA UFC right now. I really hope Islam makes a quick finish. Yeah, I mean, if Dustin wins and then retires, then we got a vacant belt, and it's weird. What's up, homework? I hope we don't got any homework today, man. We got some fights to watch. Yeah, I hope he can, man. I hope he can get it done. Me too. I watch the UFC alone. I want to enjoy it calmly. Same, dude. Same. If Dustin wins the belt, a tear is definitely escaping my eye. It might be emotional, man. I'm not going to lie. Isn't Florida a lit state to live in? It's wild, man. It's wild, dude. Rocco Tacos riding with Poirier. Klaus said Florida's lit. Dagestan won't help Izzy against Dricus at all. Wrestling comes from a young age. Izzy has been protected from all the Russian wrestlers his entire career. Once Dricus gets him down, it's done. Yeah, and Dricus has good striking too, and he's really awkward, which makes him kind of a puzzle. But yeah, you're right, man. That grappling stuff, these guys, man, are wrestling coming, in diapers these days. So, it's hard to catch up. Most lit states in the country: California, Florida, Texas, Georgia, Tennessee. Texas is wild. So's Cali, too. You think people are why where Tampa is the most lit? You think people are misunderstanding? We don't hate Islam. We love Islam. Just want to see Dustin achieve his dreams tonight. Never wanted someone to win like this. Yeah, I feel it, man. I feel you. Tampa and Orlando are about a 2-hour drive. Yeah, that's about right. You got to take, what is it, I-8? That's a dangerous highway, man. Or I-4, whatever. One of those highways is a dangerous highway. What's up, Tukik? Looking like an OG Mac. Appreciate it, man. If Dustin wins, the lightweight division is definitely going to shake up immensely. For sure, dude. For sure. DP should have never said sorry to Islam. He should have kept taunting him with motherfucker. You hope Dustin sleeps him. I don't care what's best for the division. I want the diamond to get the belt. I feel that, man. I feel that. You love Florida. A lot of my family's out there. My grandma lives in Miami. Dustin is the one going to sleep. I hope not, man. I hope not. But yeah, it's definitely expensive. I agree with you, Klaus, man. People usually have a bunch of money and then move there first because everything's expensive as hell down there right now. This is what I dreamed into reality, me betting on Dustin. We need the DP Miracle KO. It will make the division way better. It'd be crazy. I feel like if Poirier wins the belt, though, I feel like he'll fight again, though. I don't know, because remember Masvidal, his last fight in the UFC, had his kid go up with him for the weigh-ins or whatever. And Poirier just did the same thing. I don't know. I kind of get like a this is it, no matter what type of vibe. Makhachev is going night-night. That'd be wild, dude. No doubt about it. Imagine that beautiful sight. DP holding the belt. Ali Abdullah sleaze crying. What's up, Maz Ali? Who's winning it? For the main event right now, I feel like Islam wins. Florida's got gators, sharks. It's crazy, and snakes and bugs and all sorts of stuff, dude. If Dustin wins, how do you think? How do I think he does it? Um, by KO. Got to be by KO. Within the first probably like 3 rounds, KO. Orlando's one of the most lifeless cities in the country. It's corporation owns. Yeah, it's all Disney. It's got Disney, and then other than that, it's just got a bunch of fucking people. And yeah, it's not what you think, man. Imagine Dustin snoozing on the canvas with his family front row. Now I feel bad. Yeah, that's wild, man. That'd be sad. Miami's flooded with people, dude. Too many people. Have the game started, bro? What do you mean? What game? Tampa's so full right now. It's a shame. Feel bad for anyone trying to find a place to live. Yeah, dude. It's over flooded. All the Dustin fans been praying every single night we're gonna make it happen in the reality. Diamonds are forever, man. I hope so. I hope so. If Islam wins, I want every Dustin fan to apologize to me. Dustin KO. What's up, Lane? Dustin KO second round. That'd be wild. When do the fights start? Early prelims start, I believe, at 6:30 Eastern time. You changed your Dustin KO pick to round 3 from round 2. We'll see. Yeah, I feel like the longer the fight goes, it may favor Dustin because that means that he's stuffed takedowns. So, and he thrives in the chaos. So I don't know. We'll see. Florida's surrounded by a lot of water and swamps. Yes, it is. We need Islam to win so we can get Armin versus Islam in October. Yeah, that'd be on the Abu Dhabi card for sure. I feel like there's a big influx of people getting into MMA, but I feel like a lot then got into it because of betting. For sure, dude. For sure. I do like the fact that Dustin's coming off grappling heavy camp and has been training with Dawson and Gamrot. I think it won't be as much of a steamroll as some think. Yeah, it just worries me, man, because I know Chandler's a good wrestler and BSD's got good grappling, but they're like taking them down. And I just get scared because I'm like, well, what happens if that's Islam? California's losing population. One, yeah, cost of living and then politics too. People are moving to Texas from Cali. BSD took Dustin down and trained with Gamrot for sure. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. And got taken down by Chandler too. Yeah, that's yep, exactly, Teron. Yeah, they're going from Cali to Texas. Joe Rogan, I think, started that whole, well, not started the trend, but he was vocal about it at least. You hope it Dustin has been training with Armin, Dawson, and Gamrot. I don't think him and Armin train a lot together because they thought they were probably going to fight each other. But if you guys could like the stream and help me out, I would appreciate it. Islam will do things worse, and he's training with Habib. Yeah, it's true, man. And Habib's a monster, man, in terms of the grappling, no doubt about it, and fight IQ too. All he needs to do is survive and not get submitted the first couple of rounds, and the takedowns will be harder to get for Islam because he's going to get tired. Yeah, and I think Dustin's going to try to work that lead leg too, work that calf kick in there too. Yeah, Toronto. I mean, you got to make your own call yourself, man. But yeah, Florida's not what a lot of people move there and they're like, it's not what you think, man. Everyone moves to Florida, spends all their money, hates the super heat, and leaves in 3 years. Yeah, dude, social media lies about Florida. Can't lie to you. Just calling it what it is. I will say this: if Dustin pulls the Gilly, he loses. He's not getting it. I would agree. If you rewatch the fight, BSD never actually took him down. He took himself down by jumping guillotines. I think he could survive and have success later. Um, yeah, I hope you're right, man. I hope you're right. But I see we got a lot of people in here, man. If we can like the stream, if you're new, sub to the channel, help your boy out. I would appreciate it. When will it start? Early prelims start 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. If he does, it would be amazing, though. But I still don't want to see him pull one. Yeah, if he pulled it off, it'd be crazy. But again, you're accepting bottom position, so I don't think he should. You'd only pick Aspinall to beat Jones. Gazee would gas out in 1 round. Who do I think is going to win, Makhachev or Cap? I'm going Cap. I think Manel gets it done. In the BSD fight, Dustin didn't care. He was just trying different shit like in a video game. That's true, man. I think he fought like he didn't have anything to lose in that fight. If Dustin pulls the Gilly, he deserves to lose. He's accepting a bad position, that's for sure. Hickory, North Carolina is the most underrated place to move in the country right now. I've never heard of it. Sounds nice, though. So happy Dustin slept BSD, even though I picked against him. It was the best feeling. Yeah, dude, that'd be even crazier if he did it to Islam, wouldn't it, though? If Dustin does pull the Gilly, he has to do it in a round. He's winning, and he should do it at the very end of the round. Yeah, at the very end of the round. So then that way, if he ends up on bottom, it's not a big deal. You could get a job at a furniture factory in Hickory and find a nice place for a decent price. It's true, man. I think the beautiful palm trees and tropical culture, warm weather is what draws people to Florida. 100%, man. I'm going to cry if Dustin wins. I'll cry if Dustin wins as well. Man, we're going to have a bunch of emotional people on here, huh? I think Dustin knows this is his last shot. For sure, dude. For him to bring his daughter to the event and bring her up on like the stage, makes me feel like that's it. Hopefully Cap makes weight, and I agree. I think he can get it done. Yeah, if the fight's got to go through, got to make weight, but yeah, I think Cap beats him. You Dustin fans are hopeful. What's up, Colostrum? But tonight it will be a disappointment. Islam is not BSD. He's a different beast. You will see. Could I beat MMA Joey in a fight to the death? Well, shit. It's either me or him. It's not going to be me. Shout out to MMA Joey, though. He and I are cool. Say you will see. We're all picking Islam. We just want Dustin to win. You're not proving anything. Stop acting like the underdogs. There's other MMA YouTubers I would rather fight than him. You know what I mean? So we might see Dustin hanging up in the octagon tonight. Probably. And then that's the thing. He said, he's like, oh, I don't want to make an emotional decision. I don't want to do all that kind of stuff. But then, I don't know. I feel like he's going to be emotional, especially if he loses, man. Especially if he loses. But hey, I want to take a second, man. This is actually the most people I've ever had in a live stream since my channel has been in existence. I appreciate it. That means we either got hella people that are subscribed in here, so I appreciate it, or that means we got a lot of people in here that are not subscribed, and you just found me, and you should subscribe and help me. I would appreciate it, man. It's crazy Tony Ferguson and Dustin never fought. That's a fight that should have happened years ago for sure. Islam still has a big hole on the feet, especially if it ever gets scrappy. Volk had Islam squared up and back on the fence a few times. If he had more power and reach, he could have hurt Islam bad. That's true. That's true. Volk was putting him in some trouble, man. There's no doubt about it. I can't wait for the fights to start. Me too, man. I'm excited. I appreciate that, Klaus. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I try not to get into all like the talking bad about fighters. Like if I have an opinion where it's like, okay, I'll stand on it and I'll say some stuff that I believe. But for me, I like breaking down the fights and more of the technical side of fighting, honestly. But trying to keep it balanced, you know what I mean? Dustin is the only guy who gets emotional after not winning a title. Yeah, well, I mean, I'd get emotional too, man. If I put all that work in, all the miles on the tread, dude. Have you seen that Fightville documentary? If you got time, after I'm about to, we got a little longer on here, man. But check out that Fightville documentary before the fights. I think it's like 2 hours, so you'll make it in time. Dude, I'm telling you, watch that and you will have a totally different feeling about Poirier if you haven't seen it, man. Justin lost titles in the UFC, never showed emotion. That's true, man. You do good breakdowns. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Would I agree that Jalton got way too much hate after the Curtis fight? I don't like Jailton Almeida at all. Nothing personal on the guy. He seems like a great dude. I don't like his fighting style at all. But I picked Blades to win. But I didn't think that Almeida would be able to take Blades down like that, which was crazy to me, which makes me go, dude, Blades or Almeida's taking Romanov down easily tonight. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. You love my technical breakdowns, but also love the MMA guru calling out the heavyweight division is fat. I know, man. Guru's funny with all that stuff. That's just not me doing all that kind of stuff. But that stuff is definitely entertaining, to say the least. Is the Nico Price fight canceled? I don't know. Is it? I hope not. Islam had less rehydration time in Australia. Maybe if you just looked at the bout order, they moved the fight to the main card. Nico and Morono is on the main card now, and Almeida versus Romanov is on the prelims. They switched it. Islam had less rehydration time in Australia. That is true. You saw the Fightville documentary? Yeah, that's worth a watch, man. What's the sleeper fight of the card tonight? Mine is the Dawson fight. Could be. I mean, I don't know if it's a sleeper, but Almeida versus Kapilov is my favorite style matchup on the card. People say Islam is boring. Almeida is the most boring fighter in the UFC. Almeida and Colby Covington is the most boring fighting styles in the UFC. I'm talking about Jailton Almeida. And Islam is not boring. At least he's looking for ground and pound and submissions. What's Almeida looking for? I don't know. For somebody to... I don't know what he's doing in there. I don't know. And his corner's like, oh, just keep doing what you're doing. I'm like, what do you mean? Laying on somebody? He should start an OnlyFans or something, Jailton Almeida. I don't get it. Maybe it's just Nico Price isn't fighting Jeremiah Wells. He's fighting Morono. Yeah, that Wells had to pull out of the fight. That was a little while ago, too. That was like a month ago, I think. Yeah, Almeida seems like a great dude, man. Like I said, nothing personal. I just can't stand his fighting style. It's not fighting. That's not fighting to me. That's grappling. Go do no-gi. Go do, go to one championship, do grappling contest. Go do that kind of stuff. That's not fighting to me, if you're just going to lay on people. I shed a tear on the Fightville documentary. Yeah, that's crazy stuff, man. Almeida is the most boring fighter ever, in my opinion. I would agree. Jailton Almeida is, in my opinion. I think Covington's closely behind him. The difference is Colby Covington talks a bunch of crap and stuff. So Bilal, yeah, I mean, he's up there. He's not as high as Covington and Almeida, though. That's true. Yeah, he doesn't just lay on people. That's true. That Derek Lewis Almeida was so boring to watch. That was one of the most boring fights of all time. No doubt about it. Hopefully he shows us something new tonight, Almeida. I think hopefully, something. I mean, all he has to do is throw one punch and it'd be like, because normally in Almeida fight, he throws that little front kick and then shoots for a takedown, and then that's all we see. You know what I mean? But I want everybody to do that, man. If we see Almeida throw a punch, we should all just start clapping, man. And clap it up. What's up, Andy? How you doing, man? Bet the house on Islam round 2 KO. That'd be wild, man, if he's able to KO Poirier, because everyone's like, oh, Poirier's got the better striking. I'm like, yeah, I think he does, but Islam has very good striking too. Strickland and Colby are both praised for being entertaining by their terrible fans. It's so annoying. I think Strickland is more entertaining than Covington, though, by far. When's the fight? Early prelims start 6:30 p.m. Eastern. You heard Dana White wanted to cut Almeida after the Derek fight. I wouldn't blame him. He was boring as hell, dude. Islam striking is miles better than Dustin. I don't think it's miles better. Almeida will lay and pray. Aspinall, I sense it. Tom's too big and muscular and will gas by a heavier grappler. Even said that it's a more stylistic matchup. Yeah, dude. I can see that. What's up, Jerome? And New, the diamond, paid in full, man. Poirier is going to drop Islam badly in round 1, but Islam's going to KO Poirier in the second after Poirier starts looking for the KO. I can see it, unfortunately. I can see it. Because Dustin's going to be so worried about the takedowns that I think it's going to cause him some issues. Where am I from? Guess. See if you can guess, man. Tehran knows. There's a few people that have been around with the channel for a while that know. Boy, did I laugh when Curtis Blades landed those elbows to Almeida's head. Dude, I know. And then Almeida just kept his head in his hip pocket and was just sitting there. And I'm like, dude, you got to move your head. This isn't wrestling. You can't just leave your head there. It's crazy. He's American, of course. Yeah, I'm from the U.S. I live in the U.S. What's up, Kim Soo, by the way? You have Islam by 4th round submission. I don't know if it goes that far, though. I feel like this is going to be a within 3-round type of fight, honestly. Dustin in 1, that would be crazy. Dev, you think Dustin's going to drop Islam but get taken down from flurry attempts? Yeah, I can see it. Almeida beats John Jones? No. No, he does not. He could sub him in the 3rd, too. For sure. You should have seen Almeida's facial expression when Curtis was landing those elbows on him. I'll have to get like a side view or something. Andy, you got Islam in 2. That was my prediction. I think I said 2nd round sub, I think is what I said. I think if Islam gets on top, he's going to make Dustin tired and then in this round 2, Dustin will be too gassed to defend the sub. I can see it. Aspinall Pereira is the only fight that makes sense. Yeah, I think John. Yeah, I agree, dude. I agree, man. What's up, Antoine? Appreciate you, man. I appreciate that. Jones looks sloppy against Gane striking wise. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. But his grappling is so good, and he's got good elbows. He's good in the clinch. So I don't know, but yeah, it didn't look pretty. I'll agree there. But John is still, despite all the BS, John is still good when he's focused and dialed in. He's a problem. You could see Almeida's face. He's used to getting hit like that. No, he's used to just taking people down and not getting touched, basically. Islam submission round 1 within 2 minutes. That would be domination. That'd be crazy. What's up, Raisin? It's 12 a.m. for me. When are they going to fight? I have no idea, man. And we still got an hour and a half until the early prelims start. Islam has staff. Yeah, but I don't know if that'll happen. I mean, maybe, I don't know though. He never confirmed. Maybe, yeah, because he had like a bandage or something over his leg throughout training. So we'll see if that has an effect. Jerome, you say, remember this? You predicted Dustin's KO in the 3rd uppercut KO. We'll see, man. You're giving Dustin credit though either way, and I can't wait to see it. Same, dude. Same. Yeah, dude, I picked Islam, but I'm rooting for Dustin. Like, I hope he wins. It'll be the one time where I'm like, yes, my pick was wrong. It'll be like the very few times where I'm like, thank God I got the pick wrong. You know what I mean? You're gonna watch for the replays tomorrow. LOL, I'm in Europe. Where in Europe, man? That's wild. That's cool. The only thing I don't understand about people saying Dustin by KO is Islam is too defensively sound on the feet. He won't rush in with his guard. That's what I agree, Colstrom. Exactly what you said. Same thing. Islam doesn't take risks, which sometimes is good, sometimes is bad. But I think he's defensively responsible. You beat Tony Ferguson. I'd like to see it. You versus Tony. You agree Islam is good enough not to get KO'd if he mixes in the takedowns. I just think he's going to scramble Dustin's brain, keep him constantly guessing. You know what I mean? You know, see Holloway versus Justin too. Not me personally. It'll be the best wrong pick moment ever if my pick Islam loses. Same, dude. So the guys training with Islam have all the staff. Ooh, you're from France? Good stuff, man. That's cool. That's cool, man. I got a France supporter. I appreciate it. Islam was beating Charles Oliveira to the punch while on the feet. That's true. The walkout will be I'm feel moment. That'll be yeah, dude. Poirier's walkout. I think it's going to be iconic. Hopefully, with the song and the whole. It just feels like it's it. It just does. Just feels like it's the last one. Honestly, you should have picked Dustin over BSD. I know you should have joined the crew, man. Islam is good defensively because he's too scared. He prefers to shoot for the legs. He's very good defensively. Makhachev. He's got Khabib in his corner. That's extra help. That's true. Yeah, Khabib's going to be in his corner for the first time in a while because I think he like took a break or something at one point, which I thought was weird. I'm like, dude, you're their coach, but BSD next lightweight champ? Nah, man, don't think so. Excited for UFC pay-per-view buzz. Haven't felt that like that's Ada versus Hill. Yeah, because 301 was other than Aldo fighting, that was not a card I was looking forward to at all. I'm gonna get ready to hop off here in just a minute. I hope everybody enjoys the fights, man. Let's enjoy. I'll put out my post-fight recap either later tonight or tomorrow morning, one or the other. So be on the lookout for that. But man, I'm rooting for the diamond. Like I said, it'll be the first time that I'm rooting that my pick is wrong. But I have to pick with my brain, not the heart. You know, I've learned the hard way with that, getting picks wrong. But again, if I get this pick wrong, I will be happy because that means that Poirier got it done. All those years, Fightville, all the, all the fights that he's had, all the wars, all the this and the that's would all have paid off because that's the only thing Poirier is missing is the lightweight strap, the actual undisputed, not the interim. You know what I mean? So, but I appreciate you all, man. Drop a diamond down below before we duck out of here. But if we got anybody new, sub to the channel, help your boy out. I appreciate it. And then like this stream. Paid in full, man. Paid in full. But I appreciate you guys hopping on. Let's enjoy the fights, man.